Hey, it's me. I'm going to check my camera because I'll be darned if I didn't check my camera and the fresh batteries that I put in it went dead. I use rechargeable batteries. I was working on my hinge binding and I was doing my count off and it's like, okay, and then this one and this one and that one, and that's a hinge, and then 1/4 of an inch, and then there and there. Okay, and that's a hinge. Let me see what I got going on. I don't know. Here, okay, there's 1/2, 3/4 an inch. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let me see how many I can get in here. Okay, because I was allowing a 1/2 inch for whenever I add these pages in instead of 1/4 of an inch. So I'm trying to figure out how many I can get in here. So that, okay, there's one. Okay, half. Okay, there's an inch and 1/4. Let's see. There's 1 hinge, 2 hinge, 3 hinge, 4 hinge. Go 1/4, half. Oops, I just tore it. I'm going to have to reinforce it. I'll reinforce it. I ain't worried about it. And 1/4. And see? I get warts and all on my videos. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, what I'll do is I'll just put some multi-mat or something on that and it'll be fine. But there's my hinge system right there. And I will show you what I did. I'll leave it there because you can see a lot better actually on that black. What I did was, before my batteries died, was I measured my binding right here to see how much would actually fit, and I got, it's actually about 2 1/8. So with 1/4 in between each hinge, right here, that's going to be on the binding right there. That first fold right there. This is how I do it. See, like that. That's going to be on that first fold. And then I allowed 1/4 of an inch between the hinge, and this is going to get folded up. So there's 1/4 of an inch, and there's going to fold that up. That's going to be a hinge. But I allowed 1/2 an inch to insert these pages right there, and then there's another hinge, and then 1/4 inch and another hinge, 1/4 inch, another hinge, because you fold these up like that, just like that. And that's what I'm saying is a hinge right there. And there's 1/4 of an inch in between each one. And 1/4 inch, a hinge, 1/4 inch, I ripped it. But luckily, that one right there is probably, that's not going to be critical because that's actually going to be glued down. So there's, see, it's a hinge, but I can really put some extra glue right there and glue that down, because I'm not, I mean, this is a scrap journal. And another hinge. Oh, I should have put 1/4 inch, shouldn't I? I think. Let me see how much, because I had 2 1/8 inches. So there's 1/2 inch and 1/4. That's 3/4. There's an inch and 1/4, inch and 1/2, inch and 3/4. Yeah. Okay. And I need one more 1/4. Where's my, there, put it in there. Rarely do I ever go through paper of any thickness with this bone folder. Now the pink one, this pink one, I can rip right through paper with that one. I don't know what's up with that thing, but okay, I'm just going to put that there just because. Okay. Now let's see what we've got here. And I'll see if I can explain this to you as I go. Like I said, that one was going to be, I'm looking at my camera. Now I'm really paranoid. Pinch that up, and that's, yeah, that 1/4, there's the 1/4 right there. pinch that up. And I'm leaving this 1/2 inch. I'm hoping it's going to be enough to sew these pages in. Right there. I'm hoping. If it isn't, instead of 5, I'll put 3. I'm going to adjust accordingly. That's the thing about, you know, it's ours, we're making it. We can do that. We can make those adjustments. And let me see what I got. That's a hinge. And right in there, I left that space so I can put those pages in. I may not be able to get them all in there. But like I said, hey, I'll just put in what I can. Okay. This cardstock I got out of, this is in there sideways, Coordinations Premium Cardstock. Solid dyed core, which I like that because when you cut it, it's all the way through. And Lap of Luxury. That's in there sideways. It was like this. It was, I think I got it from Joann's, I think. Okay, so let's do this. I really wanted to, I have to figure this out. And I know you're going to say, well, you're supposed to be figuring it out before you show us. No. See, what did I comment to somebody? I said, my videos are the jackass of the crafting community. I make all the mistakes right there where you can see them. Okay. Let me pull these up here like this. And sorry if my language offends anybody, but you know what? That's just me. Okay. See the camera still going? Yep. Okay. Okay, let me see here. See, that's there. There. And let me see. Yeah, I think it's going. Once I pull it all together, I think it's gonna work. I really do. Once I pull it all in, because that's it right there. That's how much room I have to work with. So once I pull them all in tight together, I think that's gonna be it. Not an exact science, but most of the time, sometimes it's 1/8 of an inch in between, and sometimes I use a quarter. Sometimes I use I think on my the album I'm making for Bailey, I think I left a 1/2 inch, which was way too much, but I didn't want to crowd myself with that album. I wanted to make sure that I had enough room for her, all of her pictures that I wanted to do. Okay, everybody has seen somebody put the tape on the hinges, so I'm not really going to do that. But you can see where I have left that 1/2 inch in between here instead of a quarter, where I'm going to attach some loose pages and see how that works out for me. Okay, well, I'm going to tape it all together and then, tape my hinges and then come back. All right, well, thanks for watching. Bye.